Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Atomic Health Podcast. I'm Ashley Harris of Atomic Health Full Body Wellness. On today's episode, I have the owner of a local gym called Stronger Together Studio. The motto for this gym is Family Fitness Redefined. This lovely woman has a big vision of how we can not only get ourselves moving, but our kids too. I would love to welcome Judit Dell'Anno.
Hi, Ashley. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here. It's an honor.
Your studio really focuses on bringing family together to inclusion. Why is that so important to you?
Well, I strongly believe that family is first, that family is number one, and setting a strong example from early on is the best way to introduce health and wellness. This is one of the reasons why it's so important. And the other one is it's just simply sometimes it's hard to separate family and our well-being, and just doing it together is the best way to go.
And there's not very many places that you can do that, to be able to bring, kids with you to work out. So bringing those families together must do wonders for their overall well-being, but it must impact you as well. What are you getting out of this emotionally, mentally, and spiritually?
This is an awesome question. Honestly, you should just see the families being here when they come in and they see that it is a safe and fun place to come, and they start working out or they start dancing in Zumba or cardio dance, and just a smile on their faces. The freedom of being able to do this together with their children, and even if the children are not participating, we have a kiddie corner for them where they can play. Most of the time with supervision, and depending on what type of class we're having. And just to see them smile, knowing that they are safe. And then to see them smile again once the kids start to participate. Because we have some families who have been coming for months. And for example, that little one just started to maybe do some dance steps with them or do a couple of the moves. And it is just such an amazing feeling. We have a couple of families with kids on the spectrum, and knowing that they can come here and they can feel safe and be in a non-judgmental zone 100%. And for me, knowing that we are giving them, an hour of freedom, and any, whatever it means to them, that they don't, at the beginning, they were running out in and out. We have two rooms, one with the toys and one and where we're doing our, where the magic happens when we have our classes. And they were running in and out to make sure the kids were okay. And now they know that they are, and then they can really just enjoy themselves. That is the best feeling ever. So that's what fuels me on days when, things are hard. And this is why we keep moving forward, because we know there are more families like them who need us.
100%. As a mom myself, and I have two kids, I remember when my kids were little, because they're older now. That's something that I always struggled with, was the working out and, making sure that they were taken care of. There are gyms with, daycare and whatever, but I never really felt 100%, I guess, comfortable because they were so far away from me. So the fact that you allow them to be there or really close by, I think is truly incredible. What made you decide to open a studio like this?
So opening a studio has been a dream of mine for a long time, but never really had the resources and the courage to start. But the time has come. And, you think, what do I want? As you said, what do I want to get out of this? What do I want? And then I remember working out at home during the pandemic and having a little online community, and also having my children sometimes join me, right? They are older now, so that was easier. And I also remember posting about this because, we all want to share our journey, and people asking, I don't know how you do it. I can work out at home. I don't have the motivation or the courage, or I don't want to be interrupted by my children, a million times. And I understand that. Sometimes we just don't have it in us. And I said, you know what? Why don't we have a space where they can come together and bring their children and be motivated and inspired, because they see that, we are all in this together as a community. So that's that's why this gym, and that's why now. I think after the pandemic, this was very needed. Sorry, just say, I want to add, like I know we have a lot of families who are bringing their toddlers now, or even like 3-4 year old children who really missed out on this togetherness or going anywhere because they were pandemic babies, right? So I'm so happy to have a space where they can come, and what separates us from other gyms where where you can bring your child and leave them in a daycare, is that you can bring them here anytime. So we do have 3 classes in the evenings that are adults only, but other than that, all of our classes are child friendly. So either you work together or you work beside your children. So that I think that's a big deal.
I love that so much. Love it so much. The benefits you're reaping, the wellness you bring to others, these must all be a wonderful part of your journey and that of your studio. But maybe you could tell our listeners what that journey looked like to this point and where you hope it'll go from here. So we know like why you started, but can you tell us where, you think where you see this going?
Like we are 100% community focused. So like I'm just looking out in my door and I have a Glowing Hearts charity flyer out there because we just signed up for Stop the Bus, hoping to get some school supplies for the children. It's a beautiful campaign they have until August, and it just where my vision is to go somewhere where we really they are like very, very largely immersed in the community and give back as much as we can. It's very hard when you're starting out as a business, so we do what we can, just like this. But we would love to be way more immersed in the community and seeing this. Very honestly, if I just talk about my big, vivid vision, that BHEAD goal that you have, I see us having multiple locations, in different cities because I really feel this is needed. Just need to get to the people who do need us, So this journey has been, bumpy. Getting here, opening a business after the pandemic is not easy, but we, really, really believe in this, the idea and our vision. So it really fuels us to keep going.
And honestly, keep going because you're right. It is needed. It's needed everywhere. The pandemic, you're right. It really hit a lot of people. And even like my daughter, she will be 10 in February, but she was in grade 1. So she was just finishing kindergarten when the pandemic hit. So she's one of those kids who was, 6 years old when it hit. And, I see her now, we go out into large crowds and she's not always 100% comfortable, right? Where my son, who was older with the pandemic, it didn't impact him the same way. So having a gym, I feel like that, where, you can get kids out more active in the community. I think that's such a beautiful vision and a beautiful thing that you're doing. And I love it so much. And I'm proud of you. And I think you definitely keep going for that.
Thank you. And if I may add maybe, another thing is to like, you open for one reason and then you get some opportunities either thrown at you or they just, present themselves and you have a light bulb go up, working with, a young girl who just wants to get healthy and work one-on-one. And this really reminded me of a few years ago, what I really wanted to do was reach girls who are growing up, and maybe they're having health issues, health problems, or self-esteem issues. And then they put it on the back burner because, sometimes we parents even don't know how to deal with them. And then they grow up and it carries through. And I'm one of those children who has, struggled with self-image, with my relationship with food. And it carries up to today, I need to work on it actively. And it would have been really nice to have a mentor who would sit down with me or have someone come to my school and talk about these things and how to move forward and not carry it all my life. So I'm really hoping that one day maybe we can get into schools into a community and talk about it and reach the girls who need us. And I'm really specifically saying girls because they are definitely are the ones who need a self-esteem boost. So, yeah.
I feel that. I've always said this, like becoming a nutritionist, one of the things that, I wish was taught more was, diet. Like what you're hitting on is, more conversation. There's so much conversation around food, body image, and I think what we need to be having more conversations about really is health. Like, what does health look like? The fact that not every person is the same and that not every body is the same. And,
and then, like we are thrown into diet culture right now, right? And all the fads that are coming out, and we just need to make sure, and with the social media now too, it's even easier to reach those kids who are maybe more sensitive to these things, right? So I think we need to be more careful about our language at home and how we're encouraging children to be healthy, and what words we're using around food. We're not saying bad food and good food because that just has such a stigma. So definitely. I grew up in the diet culture, and it's a struggle, right? So I would just love to be ambassador for these girls. And, we already have an awesome partner we're going to be working with, Mother-Daughter Empowerment, amazing charity, and they are local as well, run by a beautiful human being. And hoping to, build on that and, encourage kids, and obviously not just girls, but it is proven that girls have a lower self-esteem by the age of 10 than boys. So it's very needed for us to share these things. So I think, for example, that girl I'm working with, yes, we are doing exercise and I'm showing her a lot of things, age appropriate exercises, and make it fun. But we talk about little things, and I'm hinting little things of how she can set herself up for life with portion control, more water. We have a challenge that she tries a new food every week. It's really, I think it's really up to us now to raise better, have a better future for our children. So
it's the mind, body, spirit connection, and it all flows synergistically. 100% it does. Can you touch on what kind of services you offer?
Oh, absolutely. Our mainstream here, so we are a class-based studio. So we offer different fitness classes, anything from sculpt and sweat through Zumba and cardio dance. They are our most popular ones right now. Everybody just wants to have fun. And we offer classes like squat, studs, and coffee, which is a combination of a 25-minute workout with your toddler. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't, but it's okay. We're there to set the example. And then we move out into our play area where they can play and parents can chat and grab a coffee. We have a coffee porter here. Our Baby and Me program is just starting this month. And hopefully we're going to have our fit kids outdoors in the summer. And we also offer PA camps, which obviously right now school year is almost over, but it's a good place to be. We always have something special. We had Zoo Tech in once. We had cupcake decorating other times, but it's always including an exercise class, arts and crafts, outdoor time. So we love our camps. Oh, and birthday parties. We also have birthday parties, and it's really cool. It's an active birthday party. We usually have a Zumba kids class, or anything that the parents ask for. We can have yoga. We can have a parent and child workout. It's been super fun. So we're very blessed.
So it must be very interesting to go into business with someone whom you share a bond. So we've talked a lot about community and bringing people together. So I understand you co-own your business with somebody that you met through your kids. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, my partner in crime, her name is Kelly O'Leary, and we met when our daughters were about 3-4 months old. And we actually met at a postpartum support group, dealing with all the postpartum beauty, that comes with birth. And we bonded over, having babies at the same time. I was her first and my third and last one. Um, and we've been soul sisters ever since, and really amazing friends. Unfortunately, she lives in Brampton and I live in Barrie, so it's a little harder for her to be present, in the business or in the body. But yeah, we're doing it together, and it's a really nice things we share. We share our vision, and that's super important. We have the same taste, so it is really nice. It's really nice to have a partner, who really shares where you're going. So
I 100%, I resonate with that. And of course, now you are providing a service that brings new moms together. Have you seen any blossoming lifelong friendships among your clients?
we have, I have seen a lot of moms get together and exchanging phone numbers, which is amazing. And I always have a big smile on my face. Like, well, there's a new bond there. We've been pretty new still, so I'm really hoping that they are developing a lifelong friendship. But I haven't seen that yet, but I've seen the exchange. I've seen them be happy to see each other again when they come to the same classes. So hopefully it will happen, because that is a big goal of mine. I've also seen a lot of moms bring their friends here to meet the other moms or try out our classes. So that's also amazing.
That definitely brings a smile to your face. Eh? Like, it's the beautiful thing. I know you're new, but can you share some of your biggest success stories so far? Like, what is there anything that pops to mind that you've seen?
I think it's little tidbits I get from people. One of my clients who has been coming for a few months now, and she admitted that she was super depressed and didn't want to leave the house, and now she has a place to come with her child, and she just feels so safe and happy here. And to me, like, that's the biggest gift, and that is exactly why we opened up. We want to bring people out of their, take them out of their houses and bring them here, and then open up the world for them. And I know I don't know if they're gonna stay here, forever. Probably not, but we gave them something they needed at that time, and that's the biggest gift.
I feel like that doesn't happen on purpose. Like, the universe definitely has a way of putting people where they need to be when they need to be. I truly believe that. Is there anything else that you want to share with us?
Just something that just popped up to my mind about the universe is that, honestly, this journey has been, very bumpy. It is a roller coaster, definitely, to have a business, but I feel so grateful. I have met the most amazing people throughout this journey, and I would never change anything. So, and I'm so happy because my life is richer because of it. So I met you, for example, very happy about that, and it is pretty amazing. And as I say, health and family are the most important thing in my life. Without that, I feel like I wouldn't exist, and I feel like you have both. You are rich, and that's what we're promoting here: is come be healthy with us and stay healthy. We're not saying work out. We're not saying lose weight. We're not saying, get in shape. Just come and move with us, be a part of our community, and leave with a smile. And then if you've done that, then we've done our job.
I want to say thank you for being here with me today. I love everything that you've shared with us. I love your vision. I love the language. I adore you. And I hope that you just keep going and paving this path, because, like I said before, we definitely need this in our world.
Thank you so much, Ashley. It was an honor to be in your podcast, and I'm happy. Thank you.